the Second World War, the most destructive conflict in human history, claiming over 70 million lives and reshaping the entire globe. But this colossal war wasn't decided in a single day. It was a war of momentum, pivotal moments where the tide of history turned on a knife's edge. Today, we are exploring 5 of those critical turning points, the battles and decisions that forged the world we live in. It begins in the skies over southern England in the summer of 1940. Hitler has conquered most of Europe, and Britain stands alone, defiant. The plan? Operation Sea Lion, the invasion of Britain. But first, the German Luftwaffe must gain air superiority. For months, a desperate, brutal air war rages. The Royal Air Force, outnumbered but fighting with incredible courage in their iconic Spitfires and Hurricanes, refuses to break. Against all odds, they hold the line. The Battle of Britain proved for the first time that the Nazi war machine was not invincible. It was a monumental victory of defiance, ensuring that Britain would remain a crucial base for the eventual liberation of Europe. Fast forward to December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy. The surprise attack on the U.S. naval base at Pearl Harbor was a tactical masterstroke by Imperial Japan. It was intended to cripple the American Pacific Fleet and give Japan free rein to expand its empire. But it was also a catastrophic strategic error. The attack stunned and enraged the American public, shattering its isolationist stance overnight. The sleeping giant was awakened. The United States' entry into the war transformed the Europeans and Asian conflicts into a truly global war, bringing its immense industrial power to bear against the Axis powers. The road to victory, though long and bloody, had a new, powerful traveler. 6 months after the devastation of Pearl Harbor, the U.S. Navy was looking for a miracle. They found it at the Battle of Midway in June 1942. American codebreakers had deciphered Japanese naval plans to attack Midway Atoll, a vital U.S. outpost. They laid a trap. In a stunning reversal of fortune, U.S. carrier-based aircraft sank 4 of Japan's most formidable aircraft carriers, the very heart of its naval power. The victory was staggering. Japan's offensive capability in the Pacific was permanently blunted, and the initiative shifted decisively to the Allies. Midway wasn't just revenge for Pearl Harbor, it was the moment the tide turned in the Pacific War, beginning the long island-hopping campaign that would lead to Tokyo. Meanwhile, on the vast Eastern Front, one of the most brutal battles in human history was unfolding. In late 1942, Hitler's 6th Army pushed deep into the Soviet Union, reaching the city that bore Stalin's name, Stalingrad. Hitler became obsessed with capturing it, pouring in hundreds of thousands of troops. What followed was a hellish 5-month siege fought in the frozen ruins of the city. The Soviet Red Army, in a display of almost unbelievable resilience and sacrifice, refused to yield. They encircled and trapped the entire German army. The surrender at Stalingrad was a devastating blow to the German war effort, and a profound psychological shock to the Nazi regime. From this point on, the German army would be on the defensive in the east, pushed back relentlessly by the resurgent Soviet forces all the way to Berlin. With the Axis powers reeling in the east and their momentum halted in the Pacific, the final chapter began to be written. The stage was set for the largest amphibious invasion in military history, D-Day. On June 6, 1944, over 150,000 Allied troops stormed the heavily fortified beaches of Normandy in France. The landings were a colossal gamble, facing immense German resistance. But the courage of the soldiers on Omaha, Utah, Gold, June, and Sword beaches secured a foothold in Nazi-occupied Europe. This opened the long-awaited Western Front, the beginning of the end, as Churchill called it. The liberation of France was now underway, and the Allies began the final, grueling push toward Germany itself. From the defiant skies over Britain to the shock of Pearl Harbor, the naval triumph at Midway, the frozen hell of Stalingrad, and the heroic landings at Normandy. 5 moments, 5 turning points that decided the fate of millions and defined the 20th century. Each one a story of strategy, sacrifice, and the shifting fortunes of war. These weren't just battles, they were the hinges upon which history swung, leading to the Allied victory and shaping the world order for generations to come. Which of these turning points do you think was the most decisive? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this journey through history fascinating, please give this video a like and subscribe for more deep dives into the events that shaped our world. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.